Hey guys, Jay here, and I want to talk a little bit today about this character and another character, which is incoming. I will start leveling this character right after this video. So, first of all, I have done a little bit of an upgrade session yesterday on stream for this character, which is 6 linking the fulcrum. And I have the 6 linked currently to be ball lightning orbiting. So the thing that it does is, a bunch of ball lightning just circling around your character and hits enemy a bunch of time, and then it will help you to regain life, because this is the second big upgrade of the yesterday session. The Watcher's Eye with 26 life per enemy hit while affected by Vitality. That is the main thing for this Watcher's Eye. The other two mods currently are not doing anything. So, what are the big changes? This already is much stronger than what I have before, but there is one thing that recently come to mind when I try to do the POE session for the end game version per se. So if you have been playing the AFK simulacrum build for lastly, or maybe you play or you know a little bit about the build, if you watch my channel, then you will know that the go-to weapon in the end game for the most amount of damage in order to deal with Kosis in the simulacrum reliably is going to be the Annihilating Light, which is the staff that makes your elemental skill deals triple damage, which is very strong. Triple damage is 300%, 200% more damage basically. But it comes with what is now a very big downside that I cannot effectively find a good solution for it. There is a solution for it, but it revolves around a lot of money, so I don't really like it. And so I think my safest bet, I've tried to POB, and well, I think the best class for AFK Simulacrum is no longer Mr. Marauder over here. I'm sorry for everyone who tried to follow this and want to see this comes to the end game, but from today's stream, which means just in a couple of minutes after this video, I will be starting streaming, and I will be leveling a new character, which is gonna be a Pathfinder. Why Pathfinder? Well, I think because the best cheap weapon that is going to be very effective in the end game for me, I think it's going to be Consuming Dark, and I will be wielding probably 2 Consuming Dark until the point where I can afford the original sins, and that is the end game version, where we only have a Consuming Dark, maybe a very good shield so we can be tanky, and the Consuming Dark. And that is basically the things that I'm going for. Why Pathfinder? Well, first of all, with the Ties of Time and potentially the Progenesis, which I do not have here yet, but Ties of Time, Progenesis, Bottle Faith, a lot of good flasks, unique flasks. The best uptime for it is going to be with the Pathfinder, obviously. Second, the poison, as we are switching to poison. Why do we switch to poison? Because Kosis, which is the hardest thing for me to deal with in the simulacrum, the worst thing for this build to deal with is actually he just have a set of moves, and whenever he circle back to the move where he start channeling, he will gain a bunch of energy shield. How do we bypass energy shield? If we don't have enough fire damage to go through that energy shield and then deal some more damage to Kosis' health, we will never ever actually kill Kosis, even though he might not be able to kill our character as well. So the most simple and probably elegant solution, I think, is actually to go for poison and chaos damage. And Consuming Dark is the tool that we are using right now to bypass the energy shield problem. So basically, even though the damage number might not look as good as like a triple damage annihilating light stuff, but in reality, in performance, I can pretty much guarantee at the moment that the consuming dark chaos conversion is going to be better. What am I going to use with that? So basically the plan is going to be Tides of Time, basically the same item here, and Extricable Fate. Amulet is probably gonna be the Eternal Damnation, or if you are richer, you can have the Defiance of Destiny. That is very obvious. Same ring, probably still same helmet as well. Skill tree will be a little bit different. We will be starting here, and we will not get all the way up here, but we will probably still go through here. And I can imagine, I have not planned like the optimal way, to be honest, but I think for Pathfinder the best way is to get blood magic, so we can effectively don't need to even worry about maybe with blood magic we can use the Skyforth, because technically if we start on this side of the screen, right, and we are not Chieftain, we don't really have a lot of regen in the beginning, and I don't think we need to rely on regen that much anyway. So take blood magic, because I already have this one, life gain on hit per enemy while we are affected by vitality. I can just use a level 1 vitality at the point, because we don't have regen, but the 1 vitality will allow us to have a lot of life gain on hit, and then with a bunch of spells that hit multiple times. So yeah, we will be going through here. Maybe we will grab iron reflexes, so we have more armor. We will definitely get blood magic, and I don't think we even need to go through this section all the way. It will be completely changed, because why? First of all, we will get a lot of flash stuff from the side. Second, we will be having a lot more suppression if we are a Pathfinder, which is extremely strong. Suppression is absolutely amazing for defense, right? And with the stuff that are poison, we can literally have enemies poisoned by you cannot deal critical strike. Yep, just like that. And we are no longer required to have crit immune from all the things here, right? So yeah, Pathfinder also have poison proliferation, so that solves the that helps with the clear, basically. Yeah, that's basically it. Even for the low budget version, when we have consuming dark, the consuming dark will not be sufficient. Even though if we do wield them, they will not be sufficient for us to actually poison with to convert 100% of the fire damage to chaos in order to poison. But in Extricable Fate, if you stand still for any fight that is a little bit hard, long enough, and long enough here, I mean it's like 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds, enemies will be getting Grasping Vine on them, and when they have 3 Grasping Vine on them, all damage can then inflict poison against the enemies that affected by at least 3 Grasping Vine. So potentially, I will test it out, but potentially we do not even need 2 Consuming Dark in the beginning anyway, without original sins and all that sort. So yeah, I think that will be the better way to go for this character, looking into the future. And you know, without further ado, let's actually do it. Please, if you want to, you know, hang out, come join the stream. I will leave my Twitch link in the description down below. Is there anything else that I would like to talk about on this version? I mean, this version is totally fine, by the way. It's not going to be bad or anything. In the end, personally, I would say with the current state of how the balances has been with 3.24, I think Juggernaut is way harder to even, you know, to actually make it work, because of the resistances. We are using a lot of uniques, and therefore there's a lot of problems in terms of getting enough resistances. Previously, we covered most of our resistances with the Mage Blood and then the Flask, We have 3 elemental flasks and 1 with the elemental resistant roll, which also got nerfed by half this league. So that is a lot of problem, right? A lot of problem. And last week we also have a lot of extra chaos damage with, extra chaos resistant with the charms, and that we wish ticket, which we don't have anymore. So resistances to make the Juggernaut work is going to be hard. The best bet for the Marauder version, you can still use Annihilating Light if you are a Chieftain. But the best bet for the final version of the Chieftain, you will need the Forbidden Flesh and Flame Jewel for Unbreakable in Juggernaut. And you should still use pretty much the same setup as the Juggernaut last league, with the Brass Dome, with the Defiance of Destiny. Maybe the Tides of Time can change slot for the Mage Blood, and you can use for Genesis with a lot of uptime with it. My recommendation for Anointment on the Defiance of Destiny in that case is gonna be Natural Remedies. This is the absolute best thing that you can have for 100% uptime of for Genesis in most cases, right? And so if you are playing the Chieftain version, either you go for Annihilating Light like that, or you go full on Ignite basically. And if you go full on Ignite, you probably need to maybe change this one to a Flame Surge, and it scales more heavily toward fire damage over time. Okay. Is there anything else that I want to say? Oh, the Chieftain version also, I believe last league there's also a version that can be done with like a very well crafted rare scepter with a lot of fire damage, a lot of damage over time multiplier, fire damage over time multiplier, level to physical gem actually, because we need to scale the level of Desecrate, not the Detonate Dead. So yeah, that is also another version that you can go for. The exact POE from last league to this league, if you are trying to follow this build, I mean, well, you can ask me. Uncle J's _17106. That is my Discord. Go ahead and ask me there, because it is very case by case. There's pretty hard for me to actually cover everything from just talking in a video. So yeah, I will be on going on stream now. It has been a little bit late compared to the schedule that I want to. So come join me. See you in the next video, or maybe on stream. Peace.